Hope you guys had a great weekend. My name is Chris. If you don't know me, this is Wheelhouse Trading, and welcome to the Wheelhouse. First, I just wanted to thank everybody. We got 100 subscribers, and that was very, very fast. I want to say thank you to everybody for all the nice comments. You guys are great. Wanted to just show you guys a couple people that have written. This guy, Chris, he's the real deal. I'll be happy to learn from your experience. I found this area fascinating. You're a good teacher. This person's asking, do you teach courses? I'll be the first one to sign up. He's like, settle down, I'm first. This guy, dude, shut up. We get them for free. I let people know we're starting a channel. I'm coming with you. The whole chat's coming with you. Just real good stuff. This is funny. Waiting on Chris's list. I do a lot of lists that are ready for breakouts. If you saw my last video, I put 7 in there, and 5 of them went green on a red day, and 3 of them broke out. One of them broke out $22 that very next morning. So you're gonna want to subscribe and like and select all, because I'm big on breakouts and fast money movements. I kind of know how to hunt them, so keep an eye out for that. This is Dr. Mo. Finally, listen to Chris and this guy. I have 2 pages of notes from Chris. He's the greatest of all time. That was real nice. Dan over here, how do you personally keep finding solid support lines and momentum? And Stravos from Australia, this blows my mind how he does it. And I'm saying, I get him down to the penny. I'm just, technical analysis is my thing. A bunch of nice comments. Guys from Canada, it looks like, how can I join you to be coached? And, on and on and on. So it's pretty cool. So I just wanted to kind of start briefly and just what is Bitcoin. So I found this article, and I'm going to keep this short. This is just for people that don't really know what Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies are, and they are just maybe interested in getting involved, and it is still early enough to do so. So I just wanted to kind of go through it. So very brief, Bitcoin is a decentralized cryptocurrency. It's the mother of all cryptocurrencies. It was created by an anonymous person named Satoshi Nakamoto. It is decentralized, which means it's not governed by, countries. Countries will regulate it, and they're adopting it. In fact, El Salvador made it its currency. Brazil is following. South Korea is regulating it for taxes. So they're adopting it. Even the U.S. government is not banning it and looking for ways to use it. And there's just a lot of really positive things going on with adoption, including private client services and wealth management from Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan. In fact, I saw something here. JP Morgan, institutional investors dump gold for Bitcoin, seeing it as a better inflation hedge. Pretty powerful, guys. George Soros, his fund is now holding Bitcoin, says crypto has gone mainstream. Yeah, duh, you're a little late to the party, but cool that you're in. I just, as far as Bitcoin, it's decentralized. The way it works is miners, they add to the blockchain and they mint new Bitcoins. There's going to be about 21 million of them is the cap, and several million are already gone. So that means that the supply is less, therefore the value continues to go up. Bitcoin is extremely scarce due to that reason. If you were to be standing on a beach with miles of sand in both directions and you were to grab some, put it in your hand and grab a little speck and say, what is this speck of sand worth? Well, it's not going to be worth much because there's a ton of supply, right? You're standing on miles of sand and you got a whole bunch, but as you're kind of going through your hand a little bit, you find something that's shiny, it's a diamond, okay? Well, there's only one of those. So there's not a lot of supply, therefore the value is going to be much higher. And that's kind of how Bitcoin is. There's not a lot of it, so you kind of want to get it. You want to get in and grab as much as you can, whether do it in your budget. If you got $100, you do that, once a month, once a week, once a day. Maybe you do, a little bit more. That's your thing. But you do want to get in it. I invest in a lot of things: stocks, real estate, businesses, cryptos, and I do believe that the best investment of our time right now is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I love Ethereum as well and many other cryptocurrencies, but we're going to talk about Bitcoin today. I do think that you should highly consider that. If you're not in Bitcoin currently, or you're intimidated by setting it up on an exchange to trade, or don't really know much about it, there is a fund called BITW. You can buy this fund. It has 10 different cryptos in it: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, Litecoin, Chainlink, Bitcoin Cash, Uniswap, Polygon, and Cosmos. Check this out. It's up 451%, guys, since I think January, and it could be wrong about that, but I think it was January. I mean, you put, that's 4.5x. You put 10 grand in January, you got 45 grand profit. You put $1 million in, you got 4.5 million profit. So that's pretty amazing, and it gives you exposure. Another way to get exposure is Grayscale. They have GBTC, which is, it follows and tracks Bitcoin, and they do have a substantial amount of Bitcoin supply in there. If you love Ethereum, like I do, you can get ETHE, I believe. Or if you want to get down and dirty like the rest of us, you just get up on an exchange and you got your HODL portfolio, you buy and hold, and then you trade, and that's how I do it. But I wanted to go through some technical analysis, and I wanted to give some price targets and just give an overall feel for Bitcoin. So let's go take a look. Now, this is just a simple diagnostic check, a health check. I like to look at everything so I can just click through the watch list really fast to see where stocks and cryptos are. You can see this purple line is a 200 EMA. As long as you're above the 200 EMA, you're in a bull trend, right? So this has been just going up and up and up. It had a waterfall sell-off. It came below, and not too long ago it came above it, and then it kind of fell back down, and it had this triple touch on the 200. Okay, this 200 acted as a strong support. So it came down, it touched, it went up, it touched, and then the third time it touched, and that's where I bought it. I also was able to use kind of this method and was able to buy Bitcoin the last time it ran, which was back in this area for this whole gain within $14 of its bottom, and I'll show you how I do that in a different chart. But look, you're above the 200, you're above the 50, the 30, the 20, the 9, you're above all of it, you're in a bull trend. This is showing that you're in bullish momentum, so is your RSI, your stochastic. It might come down a little bit, it looks like to me, and retest. Let's go take a look at that in a better chart. Okay, so Bitcoin has been, this is all last year and some of this year, and then we had that big sell-off, the recent spike. We came down a little bit, and here we are. Okay, we had some pretty exciting things going on. I drew this triangle just to show the tops and bottoms and the pattern as a symmetrical triangle. Basically, usually a stock or an asset, when in here, what it'll do is it'll kind of find the top, it'll make its way to the bottom, okay, and then as this thing gets tighter and tighter and contracts, what tends to happen is the buyers are willing to pay more as this goes up, and the sellers are willing to sell less. Okay, so it touches the top, it hits the bottom, it tends to go like this, and then down, and then this, and down, and then go. Okay, and but Bitcoin is a beast. It's a monster. She does what she wants when she wants, and we just stay out of the way and just let her tell us what's going on, and we just kind of work with what she wants to do. So Bitcoin, it came all the way up to its all-time high. It came down. It went up. This was a great move right here. This is the one that I caught within $14 at the bottom. Got out right in here. Here's that triple touch that I was telling you about. This is on a strong line of support, and you can see it again right there. But we rebought, and then it had this big impulse move. And when it had this bounce off of here, it also broke through this area, which I could do a box. It's an area of confluence. It's two different supports and resistances that seem to be kind of a big area for Bitcoin. Okay, and so it broke through that. You know, you got a ton of volume started coming in, your ribbons cross, you're above your 9, you're above your 5. You can't ask for anything better than that on a chart, to be honest. And it's just, you know, big momentum candles, and it's running. Bitcoin's in a bull run right now. I mean, it's running. Now, will it come down a little bit and then go up higher? Most likely. Is that okay? Absolutely. I've seen this thing go up 10,000, down 10,000 in a day many times. Don't get too worried about it. Just worry about starting to accumulate it and get it in your portfolio for you and your family, okay? I noticed this impulse right here, this whole move right here, kind of reminds me of this move, okay? So everything was kind of the same. You were above here. You were crossing here, braiding at the top, and your volume was similar. It was kind of going up and then down. So, you know, Bitcoin is kind of creating like a new structure here. So what I think is happening is you're kind of getting the same move. You're probably going to come a little bit into consolidation, and I believe that's happening as we speak. And then you may, and I'm not saying you will, but you may test this line right here of 53,000, okay? And as soon as it bounces, if you're not in or if you're trading it, as soon as it comes down to 53 and bounces, you buy. You're going to set your stop right below it for, you know, you want to protect your capital, and this gives you a low risk below support with a high reward, okay? So Bitcoin could just go up, don't get me wrong. However, from what I'm seeing in here, I'm seeing this is starting to come down a little bit. You're getting a slight turn on your MACD, but you're definitely running hot, and this thing's not going anywhere. So you did have some big momentum. Buyers came in, wicked up. It got pushed down by sellers. Buyers won that day. Buyers pushed up. Sellers came in, tried to push it down. Buyers won that day. Buyers came in again, wicked up. Sellers came down. Buyers won, and buyers are winning. Bulls are winning. So notice how the candles are getting smaller and smaller, and the wick has gotten larger. That means that the fight has been going on, and the buyers are getting a little bit more exhausted, and the sellers are starting to take some damage on the buyers, on the bulls. So that's why I think it could consolidate, come down, bounce, and then run up. Some very bullish things about this chart is that when it came down and it came above this, it was a very strong bounce, and then it broke this pattern. This pattern has been going on for a long time, guys, since the all-time high. Okay, that was April 14th. We're in October. It's a pretty big deal. So all that time's gone by, and this is the first time it broke out, and it broke out with strength. I mean, just power, right? It bounced. It broke. It had it's called like a trend reversal, I guess, on a secondary, not the macro, but on the secondary. So it comes down, has a break of the previous swing high, goes through the pattern, which is massive, and then had another breakout. So in all fairness, if Bitcoin wants to kind of go sideways for a second and then retest 53 and bounce, no big deal. Again, once you see that bounce a little bit higher, I would say like 53,700 area, you're going to set your stop here. You're going to take that trade. And what you're really looking for is, today is Sunday when I'm recording this, and it is the weekly close. And what you really want to do is at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is my time zone, you want to make sure that you have a green body candle close above for the week. And you know, what's going to happen. So don't be surprised if it comes down a little bit and bounces. But I won't be surprised if it just goes sideways and then goes up, because Bitcoin just does what it wants. It is the most predictable to trade because it is a large cap, and it does have, there's a lot of manipulation in there, but you know, it has some strong supports, some known resistances, and yeah, it's okay. So once you consolidate and you come down to 53, if it does that, and you buy right here, you set your stop there, you're coming up, okay? You're coming up, and you're coming to this resistance right here at $59,504. That's going to be cool. And that actually is a resistance of a previous swing high. So you either come up and get rejected and then try again, or you just break out like we did here and you come up and you retest, and you know, new traders will buy there, they'll set their stop here, and they'll come up to the next resistance, and this thing is probably going to do something like this. Boom, boom, test, boom, test, boom, all-time new high, test, and then off we go, you know, on our way up. Now, how far can we go? Well, let's take a look. This is a symmetrical triangle. Oops, sorry about that. And let's just build this right here, right on the line. So this had this touch, the double touch right here. So it's a strong support. We don't want to go below that. That would be very bad. But let's see what that would look like. So if we were to take this, you take this from the base of this triangle and you put it where it broke out. This would actually take us to, oops, I think I'm a little low there. This would take us to about $86,351.17. Do I think that'll happen? Yeah, I think that's going to happen. Do I think it's going to happen tomorrow? No. Do I think it's going to happen soon? Probably sooner than we think. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Now, as it goes through all this stuff and touches and bounces and re-goes and turns resistance into support and plays this game and hits all-time new high and everybody gets excited and more institutional support and more, you know, national adoption and more FOMO, this thing could just really get crazy. It could get crazy. Now, one thing I wanted to kind of mention to everybody, just a little thing about Bitcoin, is if you're going to trade the alts and you're going to be involved in some of these other great protocols and use cases, and you're going to work the charts, and we'll go through a lot of that stuff, but you always kind of want to make sure that Bitcoin is going up because it kind of drags up the market. Now, don't get me wrong, some of these tokens are creating their own path and they're separating a little bit, they're decoupling a little bit from the trends of Bitcoin. However, in a general aspect, Bitcoin pulls it up. So you want to make sure that Bitcoin is kind of like going up, and then look at the indicators before entering for a successful trade on the alts. Just a little tip. Now I wanted to give you guys another tip, and this is for trading, okay? This is not intimidating. This is for kind of a beginner way to trade. Very, very easy. It's kind of a little hack, and the reason I wanted to show you this was because there was a I guess a white paper or you know, a document, and there was two guys that put $10,000 in Bitcoin on the same day. I want to say that was 2017. I might have that wrong, but I think it was 2017. And the first guy that put 10,000 in, it was buy and hold. He still has it in there, has not touched it. He's been through all the ups, all the downs. It's in there. The second guy on that day put the 10,000 in, and he has been selling and buying and selling and buying and selling and buying and compounding his gains and buying more Bitcoin along the way. And he's up closer to $4 million more by compounding it. Now, this is a very easy little hack to trade Bitcoin, okay? So what you do is, if you have a chart, okay, you go to the daily and you put the MACD on your chart, okay? Very, very simple. First, you always make sure that you're in an uptrend, okay? Then what you do is, when this blue line crosses the purple line, and there has to be a gap, okay? It can't just ride right on it, okay? That's showing, it's almost like an EMA going into a consolidation. You want to make sure there's a gap that it actually breaks through, and the stronger the direction, the better the move, okay? So right here, the blue line crosses the purple, and actually I'll just keep it down here. You guys can look at the waves, and I'll just move here. So it crossed over, and you would have sold right there. Well, what happens right there? It starts coming down, right? Okay, so you're out of the trade, and what happens? Right here, it crosses, and you're in the trade all the way to right there. What happens after? It comes down. So you're just catching the gains going up, and you're missing the drawbacks, the drawdowns, okay? It comes down, you kind of stay out of this whole mess, you don't even want to be in it, And it has a little cross here. You get in, it touches, and you get out. Now notice right here, it's kind of thin and it touches, it doesn't look that strong. So without even looking at the chart, I can just look at this and know that this is like not the strongest move. But you're above and you can make some money doing that. You get out, and right here, you buy back in. And guess what happens? Boom, you go up. Now it says get out, and you skip all that. And what recently happened? What recently happened? Right here, you had a cross, a big directional cross, so it's coming up through it like at a stronger angle. And look at the space between the two lines. So that's really bullish, okay? And if you would have bought it right there, you would have caught this whole move up, okay? And you'd still be in the trade. All right, so that's just a simple little hack about how to compound your gains on Bitcoin. Start with whatever you can, 1,000, 5,000, a million, whatever it is, and you just sell when the blue line crosses the purple line. You can change the colors, and then when it comes back down, you sell, and then when it goes back, you buy, and that's a very simple way without having to know all the finite parts of trading. Excuse me. I don't do it that way myself. I'm more technical, but that is just a really good way. Now, let me give you one more tip about that particular trick. So on the MACD, what you want to do is if you're going to buy, like for instance, right here, you would buy because it crossed on the daily, but then for selling, you would be moving it down to the 4 hour. Okay, now if you moved it down on the 4 hour, it's already saying sell. But on the daily, it's showing you're still in, okay? Now, if you're really long-term, a way you could do this is you could buy on the weekly and sell on the daily. But if you're a little tighter, you could buy on the daily and sell on the 4 hour. A lot of traders are gonna be way down in the lower time frames, and with cryptos, if you're a trader, you're gonna be looking at that stuff, like the hourlies and whatnot, kind of see what's gonna happen. But listen, if you're new to it and you're intimidated, go look at BITW or Grayscale GBTC. If you want to do it on exchange and you do kind of want to trade and not take all the drawdowns, use the MACD on the daily, okay? That is just a really nice way to compound your money. And a couple last things about Bitcoin. It's up about 14% this week. It's pretty good. It's great, actually. And we are, according to Bloomberg, looking at potentially 4 ETFs by the end of the month. That means supply. There's going to be a lot of buying, which means the price is going to go up. Yeah, so listen, I want you guys to put in the comments any questions you have, any charts or technicals you'd like me to do a video on. And I am setting up a Patreon. I am setting up a Discord. I do have 19 different courses in development now. There will be a lot more than that, but there's just the meat and potatoes of it. And that'll be coming out soon. Please like, subscribe, and select all so that you get the information. As you know, I'm always hunting breakouts, and they tend to be right a lot. So you can catch the move before it happens. You can get in off my video and then catch that big move. So I want to say thank you for stopping by. Please leave a comment and any questions you have. And again, my name is Chris. This is Wheelhouse Trading, and welcome to the Wheelhouse.